Peace, and welcome to the Message to the Black Fan program, YouTube edition. To anybody who is not my Facebook friend, and to those of you who missed the June roundtable, which was just last weekend, you may not be aware that I did discontinue my program on War on the Horizon, and a lot of y'all wasn't happy about that, so my bad. But see, what had happened was I've been very, very busy over the last few months. I do a lot of things. I have a couple different businesses that I run out of my home. I write, obviously. I do consultations, and I'm about to venture more into public speaking, which I've been putting off for a long time. Didn't really want to do because I'm not like a person that likes to be in the spotlight. I'm more of a behind-the-scenes type person. That's why you rarely see a picture of me anywhere. So I was doing all that and really trying to balance it, not getting a whole lot of rest. And then a couple weeks ago, I got a full-time job on top of that. And, it was just a lot, and I knew something was going to have to give. I wasn't sure what, but just looking at things more lately, I figured that the War on the Horizon program would probably be the one to go. Because when I think about it, when I started off, I started out blogging and doing YouTube videos, and that's how I would communicate to everybody, was just do a YouTube upload in my spare time. And that works out for me a lot better than being obligated to do a show every week or every other week at a certain time, because I'm not always available. The last few weeks I was kind of rushing home from work, kind of tired and trying to do a show and whatnot. And it was just a kind of, I don't want to say drama, but it was a little much. I want to be able to actually talk when I'm awake and have energy and when I have a spare moment, instead of trying to rush and do something. So I think that this is actually going to work out a bit better. I do apologize. Look, y'all are a little too comfortable with me. Because some of y'all were inboxing me and cussing me out and how dare you end the show and all that, because the show ended pretty abruptly in the middle of the God's Gift series. Now, I didn't think that y'all was going to be all that bothered by it. I mean, you have the book. I didn't think it was going to be all like that. But since y'all want to get all hood with me, turn this into some Bloods and Crips type stuff, I'm going to continue on with that. I do want to remind you that you can always keep up to date with what's going on with me on my website, authorangela.freeman.com. Again, authorangela.freeman.com. That's going to have a whole lot of information on it. I'm going to do a better job of keeping it updated as far as speaking engagements and things like that. I do a lot of small engagements, so I'm not going to put those up there like small like churches and private groups and things like that. But anything major that I'm going to do, I'll go on and put up there so you can keep up with it, as well as doing a better job updating the blog and the recipes. That's something I have not been doing a whole lot of lately, just because I have not had time. And a lot of people don't realize when you're doing a radio program, a lot goes into that. You have to, at least me, because I'm OCD, very much so. So I have to have some notes organized. I have to, get in touch with the guests, book them, make sure everything goes smoothly. There's a whole lot. And so since I don't have to dedicate time to that, that's time that I can dedicate to the blog. So for now, at least, that's how it's going to work. Now, who knows, in the future, when I get my schedule straight, I can actually get some sleep sometime and have all the business and everything I'm trying to do. If I can get it all to harmonize, who knows, the show may come back at some point, but right now, it's just too much. That probably won't be the only thing to go, but that'll probably be the only thing that goes that will affect you guys, because all of my other businesses are more on a local, smaller scale, so you guys won't even be bothered with any of that. This will probably be the only change that you see, even though I know I'm going to have to make some other changes as well, just so that I don't burn myself out. So I do apologize to everybody who cussed me out because I stopped in the middle of the God's Gift series, even though y'all got the book and y'all already probably know some of the stuff I'm going to say. But I know sometimes it's good to hear somebody actually talk about it. So far, we had Irritated Jeannie on the show, and we talked about the life of black men and the importance of homemaking. Then after that, we had my sister Nefertari on the program, and Lord knows we missed her program. It was so good hearing her again and having her back on the program, getting that feminine energy going as we talked about communication and cooperation. And then I had Chantel Muhammad on, not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday before that, which was the final program. We were talking about how to cook and natural health and organic living, things like that. So we have covered about 6 chapters in the book. I did want to go on and cover the chapter on child rearing, but I have a guest that I wanted to have on that program. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to rig something and do that or not, so I'm going to figure that out. If not, then I'll just run my mouth about that for a little bit. But while I'm figuring that out, I thought I'd do an upload on natural beauty because I keep seeing a lot of people walking around looking a hot mess, and I'm going to need y'all to get it together. In the past, black women were beautiful. We were stunning. We were, without a doubt, the most beautiful women on the planet. I mean, back in the 80s and early 90s, and really not even starting with the 80s, because if you look back at black films, from, I don't know, like the 60s, like Carmen Jones and even like black and white movies, we always looked good. We were beautiful. But because of our lifestyles and the choices that we're making, we are looking worse than we ever have. Our bodies are not together. Our faces are not really looking good. Our attitude sucks. I mean, just everything is coming together. The media, we're watching, TV and videos and trying to imitate these celebrities who look a hot mess, and we end up looking like clowns and buffoons. So there's a lot of things going on that are really taking away from our beauty, which is important because as women, we want to be attractive to men. And you can't be attractive to men in our present condition. A lot of us. Now, there's still a lot of beautiful, beautiful sisters, but it's not the same as it used to be by any means. When you used to walk down the street back in the day, probably 8 out of 10 women you saw would be attractive. And today it's far less, and our standards of attraction or of beauty, I should say, have really gone downhill. So I'm just going to get into some of this. Of course, there's a lot more detail in the book. So if you have not bought it yet, want to purchase God's Gift, How to Be a Good Black Woman to a Strong Black Man by Angela Freeman. It's available on my website, authorangela.freeman.com. It's available on waronthehorizon.com, and it's available on Amazon.com. So you can copy it at either one of those websites, and this is going to be Chapter 9. Before I get into the physical beauty part, I do just want to say, even though it sounds cliche, beauty really does come from within. It doesn't matter how pretty you are. If your attitude sucks, you are not going to be a beautiful person. You are not going to attract other people to you. People are probably not going to want to be your friends, and men are not going to want to be your husband because nobody wants to wake up beside somebody every day who makes them miserable and who is miserable. So you have to work on your attitude. The most beautiful thing that you can do, or the easiest thing you can do to become more beautiful, is to smile, to genuinely smile. Nothing fake, but just to be happy inside and spread that around. Just walk around, practice walking around with a smile on your face. A lot of times black women walk around with such a hostile look, like they just want to fight you. We look really, really mean and unapproachable, and I don't know why we think that's cute, but that's completely not attractive. It's completely unfeminine to walk around like that on a normal basis. You look miserable, and you don't look as if you can bring joy into anybody's life, so why would they want to be bothered with you? Nobody likes somebody with a nasty attitude unless they have a problem themselves. But when you talk about building stable relationships from the beginning, you want to get with somebody who is approachable, who is attractive, and men are looking for that femininity. They're looking for that woman who they are confident that if they come home from a hard day, they're going to be greeted with a smile and a hug, and you're going to make them feel better. Not that you're going to come home to some like ice grill, some mean mug or whatever. Nobody wants to be bothered with that. So number one, check your attitude. Check your attitude and your demeanor. Number two is diet. Again, beauty starts from the inside out. So part of that is mental, part of that is physical. You really have to watch your diet. A lot of us are eating way too much meat and way too much dairy. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to be a vegetarian, but I am telling you that you should not be eating meat and dairy 3 times a day as the main course of your meal. You need to learn how to make some meatless dishes that are still healthy. There are recipes in God's Gift and even more recipes in my book, Conscious Entertaining, which is also available at all 3 of those sites. There's probably 40 to 50 recipes in there that are healthy and inexpensive to make. You have to learn how to eat things that are not going to constipate you. Meat and dairy are very constipating. And what happens is when all those feces are trapped in your colon, and they can't get out, then it starts to get absorbed back into your body through your bloodstream. Your blood becomes toxic, and all those poisons and toxins from your digested food are trying to get out, so they'll start coming through your skin. And your skin will a lot of times get blemishes, get dry, different flaky areas, but your skin just won't be fresh. It won't look pure. And your skin is the biggest part of you. That's like the first thing you see. That makes a big first impression. So when you're talking about beauty, you have to get that skin together. And your skin is not going to look good if that's all you're eating is meat and dairy. Throw some salads in there. Throw some fruits in there. Cut back on the sugar. And like I said, you know, for instance, if you're going to go get a breakfast sandwich, you can get one with eggs. You don't have to get the meat on there. If you want cheese, you can get cheese, but you don't have to constantly eat meat for breakfast, meat for lunch, meat for dinner all the time. There's other options. You just have to be creative and do it. But you have to start drinking water. Juicing is really good for the skin. And my regimen is that I use a lot of herbal teas. I'm not a coffee drinker. I drink a lot of tea. So it fits in pretty well with me. I start the day off with a detox tea, and there's several brands, several kinds. They all pretty much do the same thing. If you go to the health food store, you can look for something called like a daily detox or an everyday detox tea, and what they do is just clean out the liver and the kidneys. The liver and the kidneys are responsible for purifying the rest of your body. All the toxins come in through there. So it's good to clean that out every now and then. It's almost like a filter, and sometimes the filter just gets gunked up and you have to like rinse it off. Same concept pretty much. You want to make sure to keep that clean so that it can keep on working on an optimum level. So go there and, you know, they have, I think, traditional medicinals, and they have a couple other natural tea brands. Just go there and look and see, because they have different flavors, so you might like one more than the other. See what they have in some kind of a daily detox tea that specifically says that it cleanses the liver and kidneys. I do that once a day. I'll usually do it for 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'll take a week or 2 off. So usually I might do the tea the first 3 weeks of the month and then take the last week off, because you don't want to do it continually. You just want to give your body a gentle aid in detoxification, but you don't want to just inundate it. So take some time off every now and then. The other thing that I do, usually in the evening, now you can do this whenever you want to do it. It's completely up to you and your schedule, but it just works better for me to do one in the morning and one in the evening. So in the evening, I'll do a red clover tea. And the red clover tea detoxifies the blood. So in the morning, I'm detoxing my kidneys and liver, and then in the evening, I'm actually detoxing the blood. As I said, when your body starts absorbing back in those toxins, the first thing it does is go to the blood and then out through the skin. So if you're able to detoxify your blood, you're going to cut down on the acne and blemishes and things like that in your skin. And the red clover tea doesn't taste bad. I actually like it. The detox teas aren't nasty, but they're not my favorite thing in the world. But the red clover tea, I actually like it. It's a really mild flavor. I just sweeten it with some honey or turbinado sugar, and it does a lot to help as far as clearing up acne-prone skin or any kind of skin issue. The last tea is called Smooth Move, and this is something that kind of depends on you. When I was younger, I had really acne-prone skin, and it wasn't like constant, but I would have breakouts from time to time. So what I would do is, when it was really bad, I would take the tea 3 times a day. I'm sorry, the Smooth Move I would take 2 to 3 times a week, and the red clover I would do 3 times a day. Now, since I'm older and I've changed my diet, I don't have to do that. I take the red clover 1 time a day and the Smooth Move maybe once every 2 weeks or something like that. So it's really up to you how often you need to do it. If your diet's really jacked up, you might have to do it 2 or 3 times a week. If you're, doing a lot better, then maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, or just every now and then, however much you need to see your skin improve. The Smooth Move, I'll be honest, I don't like it. I don't like the taste of it. It's not like unbearable. It just irks me. I don't like it. They have different flavors. They have regular, which tastes kind of like licorice. They have chocolate, and they have mint. I have the mint now, but I haven't tried it. But I can say the other 2, I'm not a fan. That's why I keep trying these new flavors. They keep coming out with new ones, and they all still kind of taste the same. But it's worth it. It does work. Now, the thing about the Smooth Move is it takes a while to kick in. So take it at night when you don't have anything to do the next morning, because what will happen is you'll take it and you'll go to sleep, and then you'll wake up and be like, oh, this ain't going to work. And then you go out and do something, and it will kick in, and you will be sorry. So if you're going to take the Smooth Move tea, make sure that it's on a day where you can stay home if you're going to be cleaning your house that day, cooking or whatever, because when it kicks in, you don't want to be in public. But that will help a lot in detoxing your body. The biggest part of beauty is health. If you've ever noticed people that are really healthy, they're radiant. They're attractive. People who are sickly usually aren't really that attractive. It's just something about them. Their energy's low. You can see it in their body. So if you want to be beautiful, you have to start with good health. Speaking of skin, once you get that together, once you get your diet together, you're reducing the amount of meat that you eat. You're increasing your fruits and veggies and water and juice. The next thing is just your skincare regimen. Mine is really simple. You can make it more complex if you want to, but I would not buy into all these products that they try to sell us because we are not white women. We don't need a lot of this stuff. Our skin, unless we're doing drugs, smoking, alcohol, living bad lifestyles, our skin doesn't really age like that. So all this anti-aging stuff really is a waste of money. What you want to do is cleanse, tone, and moisturize your skin. If you do that, you're probably going to be all right. For a cleanser, I just go to the health food store. Well, let me say, first of all, I don't go to the drugstore for hardly anything. Don't go there and buy these standard commercial products, because all they do is have a bunch of chemicals in there. Some of them can give you cancer. Some of them are just disgusting if you knew what they really were. It's not going to be good to put on your skin. If you're going to use something on your skin, you want it to improve your skin quality, and chemicals aren't going to do that. So what I do is go to the health food store, sometimes Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, or just an independent health food store around the neighborhood, and I look for a cleanser that says it's vegetarian, meaning it does not have animal products in it, because I don't want to be messing around and rubbing pig slop all on my face or something. I don't want to do that. So I look for something that says it's vegetarian and something that does not have a lot of chemicals that I can't pronounce. If you look on most cleansers, you'll see like 30, 40 chemicals, and y'all know what any of them are. That's not good. That's not good. That's not healthy. So I just get a basic cleanser. I don't have one brand I use. I get whatever is on sale that has good ingredients. As far as the toner, they do have toners that you can use, and the toner you put on between cleansing and moisturizing and kind of balances your skin a little bit before you moisturize. They have plenty of toners that you can use that are probably good. I'm very simple, so I just use witch hazel. You can get that, actually you can get that at the drugstore for like $5 or something like that for a big bottle. So that's what I use to tone. To moisturize, you can go and get products from the natural health food store, or for me, I just use cocoa butter. Some people like shea butter, mango butter, coconut oil, olive oil. People use all different kinds of natural things to moisturize their skin. For my face, I like cocoa butter. For my skin, I make my own lotion. And that's something I would suggest too. If you do get into natural products, most of them are not hard to make. And if you Google it, you can find different recipes and just play around with it until you find one that you like for yourself. But for me, I make my own deodorant, I make my own lotion, I make my own massage oil. I'm about to start making my own lip gloss. It's very easy to do, and most of the time the ingredients are things like coconut oil, cornstarch or arrowroot, essential oil, just things you have around the house anyway, probably in your kitchen, and that's what makes it good, because you can ingest it so you know it's not going to harm you, because these are all things that you can eat anyway. So that would be my daily routine, is cleansing, toning, moisturizing. Along with that, it's good to exfoliate your skin from time to time. This is also personal preference. I would say at least once a week. I do it a couple times a week. And that just gets rid of any dead skin cells and leaves your skin a lot more radiant and youthful looking, because you're constantly getting rid of the old surface skin cells. There are several different kinds of exfoliators. Some people will just use like sea salt if they want to make it real simple. I usually do get an exfoliator. Again, I just check the ingredients. I don't have one brand that I'm really loyal to. So you want to do that a couple times a week. I would say once or twice a week I steam and mask my face, which is very easy, and the purpose of that is to get rid of any impurities that are like deep in the skin. So what happens is you would just boil a pot of water, and when it boils, take it off the heat, put your face over it, and drape a towel over your face, over your head, and covering the pot so it kind of keeps the steam in. And all of that steam opens up your pores and also makes you sweat at the same time. So your pores are opening and you're perspiring, which is going to bring out all of the impurities that are trapped in your skin. And I usually stay under there for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. It can get kind of boring after a while, so sometimes I'll listen to music while I'm doing it, or, you know, if you just have a lot on your mind and you want to think, just use that as quiet time to pamper yourself and think. And after about, 10, 15 minutes, a lot of the impurities will be out of your skin, so you can just dry off your face and then put on a face mask. You can use a clay mask, or one that I like actually is made of orange peel, grated orange peel, and you can also put some essential oil in it. So sometimes I might put some lavender oil in there, or a drop of lemon, or maybe some mint, depending on what I feel like my face needs at that time. And really, usually it just comes in a powder, and then you just add a little bit of water so you can make it as thick or thin as you want. Smooth it over your face, and then lay down and let it dry. That's also a good form of relaxation. I don't like walking around doing stuff while I have the mask on my face before it dries. I just lay down for like 10, 15 minutes and relax, let it dry. And as it dries, it tightens your skin and gets rid of any impurities that would be left inside your skin. So if you do that a couple times a week, you're really going to see the amount of blemishes on your face reduce, because you're just not going to have all that gunk trapped in your skin. So that's what I would say. Every day, cleanse, tone, and moisturize. A few times a week, exfoliate, and at least once a week, steam and mask your face. That will do a lot. As far as makeup goes, a lot of people now are going way overboard with the foundation. I'm not a real fan of foundation, because I think unless you really apply it well, it makes you look kind of fake. It looks like a mask. When I do need coverage, I will use a mineral foundation. I don't go to the drugstore. Again, you will not see me in the drugstore buying makeup products, with a few exceptions, and I'll tell you what those are as we go along. So I'll use a mineral foundation because it's very easy to control how heavy you put it on, and I don't put it all over my face. I just put it in spots if I have like discoloration, or 9 times out of 10 to cover like if I have bags under my eyes, because I never get enough sleep ever. And lately my body's been telling me that I've been going to sleep at like 7 o'clock, 7:30. I just pass out and can't take it anymore because I just never get sleep. So if I have bags under my eyes, I'll put a little bit of foundation there, the mineral foundation, or any discoloration, but not all over my face. So you have to be sure if you're doing that you did a good job matching your foundation to your skin tone. I would say even go to like a mall or something and have them match it for you so that you don't see it. Because, you know, if you're not putting it all over, then you really have to be able to blend that in well. But that way you still have a natural look. The purpose of makeup is not to morph you into some unrecognizable character. The purpose of makeup is just to enhance what you already have. So the secret is to realize that you are beautiful, to find which parts of your face you like the most. Some people might have a beautiful smile. You might want to enhance that. You may have beautiful eyes and want to enhance that, or you might have skin that sets you apart. But find that one unique feature. A lot of people might have more than one. You might be in love with your whole face. Go for it. But find those unique features that you like and just play them up a little bit. Make them pop a little bit. But don't cover yourself up and create a mask for yourself. That's when you start to look a little ridiculous. A lot of times I'll focus on my eyes, and I think for any woman, definitely get your eyebrows done. Some people may be able to pluck them at home with tweezers. Other people will wax their eyebrows. For me, I prefer a method called threading. A lot of times this is like an Indian custom, and I don't know what they do or how it works, but they take a piece of thread and like remove your eyebrow. I like it because for me it's less painful than waxing. Some people would disagree with me, but for me it's less painful than waxing. It doesn't pull your eyelid that much, which can aid you if you're constantly like tugging on your eyebrow area. So I like it because of that, and also it just tends to give you a cleaner, sharper look when you do that. So definitely start with getting your eyebrows together. That will change the way your face looks enormously. You wouldn't even imagine, unless you do it, how much difference getting your eyebrows done will make. If you want eyeliner, that's fine. Go for it. Don't go heavy on it, and don't try to change the whole shape of your eye. Don't be trying to all of a sudden like your eye is round and now it's like slanty and the line in your eye go all the way over past your eyebrow. Don't be doing nothing crazy. Just line the natural shape of your eye. It's probably beautiful as it is. Line the natural shape of your eye just to make your eye pop, but don't do anything crazy with it. If you like mascara, don't get it from a drugstore. 99% of mascara has bat feces in it, aka bat doodoo. If you want bat doodoo on your eyes, then you go ahead. You probably got some on there right now. Be careful with your mascara. I use, if I'm going to use it, which isn't very often, only if I'm like doing a speaking engagement or if I'm going out somewhere, a brand called Aveda. It's Aveda, and it's a natural brand of makeup. I was insured that it does not have any bat feces in it. They call it guano, and it's actually what makes your eyelashes, what kind of plumps up the eyelashes, what makes them look full. That's feces. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. So I was told Aveda does not have that, and you can look in health food stores, see if you find other products that do not have that, but don't go getting your little CoverGirl and L'Oreal, all that kind of crap. Most of that is going to have some really, really nasty ingredients in it. That's just one of them. And while we're talking about eyes, ladies, your eyelashes. Give the fake eyelashes a rest, please, unless you know how to wear them well. And you're going to, either you do a really good job of putting them on or you know somebody who can. Because 90% of y'all walking around with these fake eyelashes look like you have spiders dangling from your eyelid. It does not look good. It almost reminds me of those old school Barbie dolls, like from the 50s and 60s, that have them eyelashes sticking out. It looks crazy. A lot of times we take away from our own beauty by going overboard and being so distracting with the things that we do that people can't even see the real us anymore. Like, we take away from our beauty instead of enhancing it. We just do too much. So if you know how to put those lashes on and make them look good and natural, then fine. But if you're walking around here looking a hot mess, I'm going to need you to stop. Save your money. Get some natural mascara. That would be better than some of these lashes I see. I don't know why we feel like we need them. If you know how to apply eye makeup halfway decently, you won't need those lashes. It just looks fake. Don't do it. Matching your makeup colors to your clothing is fine. Like, if you're wearing coral, you might want to wear more peachy colors. Or if you're wearing, hot pink or magenta, you may want to go with those tones a little bit more. But you don't want to get crazy with these colors. Like, if you're going to match them to your clothes, it should still look natural. It still shouldn't be obvious. When you get to the point where you can see your eyeshadow, like you can see blush, you can see lipstick or whatever you're wearing, that becomes a problem, and that's when you start to look like a cartoon. Like, nobody wants to date somebody who looks like Rainbow Bright. That's not cute. So be very careful. You know, it's okay to use colored tones. Like, okay, I'm wearing pink today, so my makeup colors will be a little bit more on the pink side, but it shouldn't be like, damn, look at her pink eyeshadow. You know? It shouldn't be that obvious, that blatant. Remember, you want to enhance what you have, but if somebody is looking at your makeup, instead of looking at your eyes and saying, oh, she has real pretty eyes, they're looking and say, oh, that's a cute, pretty eyeshadow color. There's something wrong there. You're missing the point. You're distracting away from your beauty, and people are just now paying attention to your makeup. They're not even thinking, oh, she's a pretty person anymore. Defeating the purpose, so don't do that. And the last thing I would say, the one thing that I do wear is lip gloss. Ladies, it's 2013. I hope y'all ain't wearing lipstick no more. Lipstick has been played out a long time. You want a lip gloss, something that is glossy, something a little kind of translucent, that has a more natural, subtle look. Your makeup should be subtle. That's why I say, lipstick really is not the move anymore. You shouldn't just be like, oh, okay, look at her lipstick. No, get a nice little gloss, something that's a little translucent, adds a little shimmer to your lips, but again, not harsh. You do want to wear something. Sometimes I don't wear lip gloss. Sometimes I just might, wear some natural, like chapstick or something like that. That's fine. Just make sure that your lips aren't chapped. That is so jacked up when you see somebody walking around with some chapped lips. Like, take the time. I don't care if it's Vaseline. I don't care if it's Carmex. Put something on your lips. Don't walk around looking like Malik Yoba with, like, these lips that just, like, always chapped. Don't I want to kiss you like that? That's horrible. And I haven't seen a lot of women with this problem, but when I do see somebody with that problem, I just laugh to myself like, are you serious? Don't you feel that? Doesn't that hurt? Don't your lips hurt? Put something on it. Doesn't have to be lip gloss if you're into the natural thing, just some chapstick, but do something. I also discussed in the book natural hair. And this is really controversial because a lot of, it's kind of twofold. A lot of black men say they don't like natural hair. They only want to talk to somebody with a perm. A lot of times those are not the quality black men anyway. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're all right. But a lot of times the higher caliber black men do appreciate natural hair. And the other thing is sometimes these militant, ultra-militant, so-called revolutionary brothers down women who have perms, saying that we only have perms because we want to look white, which is not true in a lot of situations. A lot of times it's just that we've had perm so long, that's all we know. We don't even think about it, really. That's what we know. We know how to style our hair, and we don't want to take the time to learn how to learn natural hair now, you know. It's completely different than having permed hair. Some of us don't even know what our real hair texture is. We haven't seen it. Like, a lot of people start perming their children's hair when they're 3, 4, 5 years old. I think that's child abuse personally, but a lot of people do that. So if you are one of those people who've had a perm ever since you can remember, you don't even know what to expect from your natural hair. So sometimes it's not even about that. But we do know that relaxers are not healthy. We do know that your skin is absorbing all those chemicals. I did used to get a little concerned when I saw my beautician giving me a relaxer, and she was wearing gloves, yet she was applying these chemicals directly to my scalp. It's a problem with that, because if you need gloves, it's not okay for it to touch the skin on your hands. Why is it okay for it to sit on the skin of my scalp for a half hour every 4 to 6 weeks? And my hair grew fast, so I'd be in there every 3 weeks sometimes. You know, that's the issue. It's obvious when you're sitting there getting a relaxer and you're getting burns on your scalp or on your ears or whatever, that this is not healthy. That this is eating away at your hair, and that's why many people can't grow hair. Either they're getting braids so tight that their hair breaks off, or they're getting these chemicals in their hair all the time. And a lot of times, we'll do relaxer and color on top of that. So we'll do double chemicals and then wonder why we bald head. I mean, come on, sisters. I mean, I'm not telling you that you have to go natural. That's completely your decision. There's women who are beautiful with a perm, just like there are women who are beautiful with a fro. It's completely up to you, but I'm saying from a health standpoint, there's no argument you can make that a relaxer is the right thing to do. Also, I think the relaxers kind of make you blend in. Like, I like being different. I don't like calling all kinds of attention to myself, but I do like not necessarily just fitting into the crowd. I like doing my own thing. And since everybody has straight hair, you know, it's kind of boring in a way. I mean, unless you're going to get into those weave wars and stuff like that, it's only so many styles you can do. To me, I like my natural hair texture. I became natural about 7 years ago, and at first I wasn't crazy about it. I didn't like how a short fro looked on me because I cut off, you know, my hair was probably past my shoulders, and I cut it to about 2 inches. So that was a drastic change. I didn't like it then, but I was patient with it. And as it grew out, I learned how to style it, and I started liking it more and more. For women who cannot grow hair, I would recommend going natural. Now, the thing is, when you're natural, your hair will grow if you leave it alone. If you ain't always messing with it and manipulating it, it will grow. It may not always look like it's growing, though, because curly hair shrinks. So it's not going to be straight, so you're not going to see the whole length. My hair is probably about halfway down my back, but usually it looks like it's about shoulder length. Sometimes it looks shorter than that. If I just wash it and let it go, it shrinks up a lot. So your hair will grow, you just may not always be able to tell, but it'll grow and it will be healthy if you leave it alone. A lot of people spend a lot of time manipulating their hair and spending a lot of money on products trying to make their hair look a certain way that's not natural to them. You can't look at somebody else's hair and say, I want my hair to look like that, because that might not be what your hair wants to do. So if you're going to be natural, you have to be okay with how your hair is. You know, there's different kind of styles you can do. You can let it lock. You can do braids. You can do twists. You can do fros. You can braid your hair or twist your hair and then unbraid it or untwist it. That'll give you a cute little kind of texture, not permanent, but, you know, a little spiral or wave in your hair if you're into that. But don't waste your money on a lot of chemicals looking for this miracle to make your hair look like something that it's not. You know, if your hair is nappy, embrace that it's nappy and roll with it. Make it the flyest, nappiest head of hair you have, because you're just going to waste money. Me, I have not found any products that I like more than others. I've heard that Shea Moisture is owned by black people. I haven't verified that, but their products are all right. I've used Kinky Curly. which is available at Target and Whole Foods. And that's not expensive either. They have pretty good ingredients in it. It's all right. I've used several products just at the health food store that anybody would use, crackers or anybody, just mainstream products, and they work all right too. So I haven't found that one product that's just going to be like, oh, yeah, now your hair is the bomb. No, and I'm not going to waste any more money trying to find that one product. I just let my hair do what it's going to do and call it a day. To be natural, you're going to have to be confident because, a lot of people will appreciate your natural hair, but there's always going to be those people that don't, especially if it's short and it's going through that transition period, or if you just want to keep it short. People have something to say. But if you are trying to go natural and you have a fro and you're not feeling comfortable with it, if you're feeling like you want to make it a little more feminine looking or whatever, invest in accessories. Get some big earrings, attractive, not crazy, but get, some noticeable earrings. Get scarves, head wraps, all different kinds of things you can do to bring it out, bring some color to your face, and just make it look nice. It just doesn't have to be just a plain afro. You can wrap a scarf around it and make all the difference in the world. So do what makes you comfortable, but start getting your confidence up before you go natural. Otherwise, you're just going to perm again. One thing, a lot of women say they have problems with men when their hair is natural, and I can say I haven't noticed that. To me, it's not a natural versus straight problem. It's usually a length issue. There was a lot of people who did not like my natural hair when it was short, and now that it's long, they love it. I get compliments all the time on it. And I think that's just because being raised in this society, we're bred to believe that women should have long hair, which is not true. There's beautiful, beautiful women in Africa with not even a half inch of hair. So that's just part of what's been bred into us in this culture, and it's something that you can definitely get over. But I think that we're not really telling the truth when we say that men don't like natural hair. Sometimes they just don't like our natural hairstyles, or they don't like the length. And I don't know if maybe other people will disagree with me. Even men may disagree with me until they really think about it. I've never seen a man see somebody with long natural hair and say, oh, I don't like that. It's always been the shorter styles. So I think that we need to start looking at that and why we don't accept shorter styles as beautiful when that is our culture and where we come from. Some people have long hair, some people have short hair. That has nothing to do with femininity or attractiveness. It's more to do with what style fits your face. Some people look much better with shorter hair than they do with long hair, and some people look better with long hair. Me, I have a big head, so I like some long hair to cover it up. But that's just me. There's other people that look absolutely amazing with short hair, so just you have to see where you are with that. But don't think that just because you go natural, men aren't going to like it. What you will find is the men who are attracted to you will be a much higher quality of man. They'll be about something, generally. They'll be confident. They'll be more decent a lot of times than other men, because a lot of other men who are interested in the European ideal are only interested in that superficialness of having some kind of trophy on their arm, and they're really not worried about you, your intellect, and your health, because anybody worried about your health is not going to tell you to put a relaxer on your scalp. That's crazy. As far as dress, I got into this a little bit in God's gift, and I also included a lot of pictures of my friends so that you can get some ideas how you can dress modestly but still be attractive, still be fashionable. And modesty is kind of relevant. My idea of modesty might not be your idea of modesty. I like to be pretty modest because, to me, I get more respect when I go out. I'm more comfortable when I go out. I don't have to worry about sexual harassment walking down the street, brothers saying crazy stuff to me or approaching me in a crazy way, trying to touch on me or any of that, because black men, especially the younger generation, have gotten very, very aggressive towards women in a very inappropriate way, and dressing modestly will stop a lot of it. Not 100%, but it'll stop a lot of that unnecessary and unwanted aggression and sexual harassment. So for me, I like to cover my back, of course the breast area, my arms nearly to my elbow, especially if the shirt is loose fitting. Because what happens a lot of times, women don't realize this, when you're wearing a loose-fitting shirt and it does not have long sleeves, if you lift up your arm or anything like that, you can see down that sleeve to your bra and your breast area. So that's one thing for me I try to avoid. I leave that up to you what you want to do. So, you know, my back is covered, my breast area, down to my elbows, and then usually my skirts are ankle length. If not, they at least cover my calves. But I like a long skirt to cover, you know, all of that. And I try not to make it too form-fitting. Now, you want to make sure that your clothes are not big and bulky. I mean, you know, we're black women. Some things are going to pop out here and there. It's no way to avoid that unless you're going to wrap yourself up in a sheet, and it'll probably still be popping out. But, you know, try to be tasteful. You know, get something that looks good on you, not super form-fitting, but they're going to be able to tell you got a shape. That just is what it is. And that would be, for me, modest dress. You can do that the way you want to, whatever modesty is to you. But keep in mind that, especially because God's gift is about being a good black woman, if you do not have a man yet, men are usually attracted to what you show them first. So if you are showing them breasts, they are going to be attracted to breasts. If you show them your booty, they are going to be with you for your booty. And that's about it. If you show them that you are a beautiful person with self-respect and intelligent, then that's what they're going to be with. And, you know, 60 years from now, when you don't look like a 20-year-old anymore, hopefully you'll still look good and you'll be a sassy little senior citizen. But, you know, when you're not looking like a 20-year-old anymore, they're still going to be attracted to you because you'll be even more intelligent. You'll have even a better personality. All those things are the things that are going to increase as you get older, and that's why they were with you in the first place. So don't go up looking for a good man with your breast in his face. That's not going to work. And even if he is a good man, he's not going to be as good as he would have been had he just got to know you as a wonderful, charming, intelligent woman. Everybody has breasts. Everybody has booty. Everybody has something that's cute on their face, you know, and the fact of the matter is there's always somebody more attractive than you as far as somebody's going to have a better body than you. Somebody's going to have a cuter face than you. Somebody, you know, all that is always something better because we all have them. If you really want to set yourself apart, you need to look at personality. You need to look at conversation. Can you hold a conversation? Because you'd be surprised how many booger brain women cannot hold a conversation. You need to watch and read alternative media, not the mainstream. That's one of the best ways to help your conversation is to read books, magazines, websites, things like that are not the mainstream, because the mainstream, they brainwash you into believing a bunch of BS. But you should be able to hold a conversation on several different things. You should be able to talk to one person about finance, another person about history, another person about nationalism, another person about cooking, another person about, I don't know, maybe even sports or something. But you should be multifaceted. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I can't talk about sports. I don't watch them unless it's martial arts. You know what? Yeah, I can't talk about sports because martial arts count. So you should be well-rounded and be able to have a conversation, hold a conversation with people. That is what's attractive. That is what will set you apart, because nobody wants to talk to somebody with nothing on their minds but, what is it, Basketball Wives or whatever those little shows are that people watch, and that's all they talk about. That's all they know. And celebrities, celebrity gossip. Get your life. Get your life. Don't nobody want to talk about that all the time if you're really talking about uplifting and getting a positive relationship. So that covers some of the things in God's gift, as well as how I apply that to my life personally. For more information, of course, go on and cop the book if you have not got it yet. That is God's Gift, How to Be a Good Black Woman to a Strong Black Man. And as I said earlier, you can always keep up to date with me read the blog and catch up on my radio shows at authorangela.freeman.com. There's always going to be information in there. I'm working on 3 books right now. I don't know what order they're going to come out. They'll probably be released later this year and then into next year. So it's going to be interesting. I'm working on one that will be like a God's Gift Rites of Passage for adolescent girls. I am working on one that will be similar to God's Gift, but it will be for women who do not have a man yet. God's Gift was, even though you can use it if you don't have a man, a lot of people are using that to get, prepared to have a man. But this new book will be specifically targeted for women who do not have a man yet, who want to find a good man and want to get themselves prepared for finding a good black man. And the last one will be dealing with and healing from child sexual abuse. So those are what I am working on. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's really about it for now. I've got some little miscellaneous projects going on, but I will keep you informed as those develop. And just stay tuned to my YouTube channel from time to time. In my spare time, I will go on and run my mouth for, 20 minutes to an hour on some topic. I'm going to continue the God's Gift series. So, look, don't cuss me out no more, because next time I'm going to cuss back. I'm going to finish up the God's Gift series. It may not be on a weekly basis, but it will be whenever I get a moment to do so. And until then, just take care and stay in touch. Peace.